Hello, friends. You guys are in for a very, very special episode today. A one-of-a-kind, one-off episode thanks to Warner Music Nashville. They asked me to come out to Nashville during one of their CMA Fest concert events they did, and I was able to record with some amazing country music artists. I cannot wait to see what your takes are on some of these stories. And did you guys know we have new merch out? This is the patch sweatshirt. I ironed on a variety of different patches. I didn't even use all of them. I only used 6 of them, but I think it turned out pretty cute. We only have a few of these left, and I don't know if we're going to restock the dark brown. So if you want it, be sure to get it. And on that note, let's dive in. Okay, Austin, are you ready?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. Introduce yourself to my listeners. I know you have a really cool backstory and how you got into music while you were in the armed services.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So first off, my name's Austin Snell. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Thank you.
I'm from a small town in Georgia, about 6 hours from Nashville. I joined the military before I started playing music. So it was really just a thing where I was kind of just bored and had nothing else to do.
Just fell into it.
And just started, playing guitar and taught myself on YouTube and kind of just figured it on YouTube.
Just YouTube?
Yeah, I got put in lessons when I was 5. My
Okay.
parents bought me a guitar for Christmas one year and got put in lessons. I went to one lesson. He tried to show me how to play Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Okay, yeah.
He sent me home to learn it. I never did. I hated it. And I never played again until I was 18.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
Somewhere buried deep, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
It haunts me.
New single out called Miles.
That's correct.
Also, you look like a big lake guy. I saw you
Big lake guy?
Yeah, you were doing like beer bongs on a lake. Did I see that in your
your
socials?
I don't frequent beer bongs, not at this point in my life. But
Fan of the lake,
I
though.
do love the lake for sure. I just love the water in general.
Okay. I think this one will be right up your alley then.
All right. Oh, Lord.
So this is coming from Am I the Asshole?
Okay.
It's titled, Am I the Asshole for Eating Bananas on a Boat?
I don't think so. I think bananas are a good source of potassium. Potassium shortage causes cramps. You don't want that to happen on the lake while you're swimming. So I would say, no, you're not the bad guy.
Okay, I got a little more info for you.
Okay.
So I, 25 male, work out at sea on a fishing boat. I recently switched boats and been with 2 new crew members, Alan, 45 male, and Jose, 55 male,
All right.
and the captain, Johnny, 67 male. I've been working on boats for over 4 years now, and there are some pretty strange superstitions, with one involving bananas. However, these superstitions are taken very seriously, depending on the person, and it has always been a source of conflict on every boat I've ever been out on. Today is the 3rd day I've been eating bananas on the boat, and Jose just noticed. He got angry and blames me for the bad catches we have gotten for 3 days now, along with bad weather that presented itself today. I told him that I'm not superstitious and that the bananas caused no impact to our poor fishing. And he said I'm too young to understand what I've done and informed the captain of my wrongdoing.
The whole thing, huh?
He's like, your bananas are out, dude. You're done.
What's this guy's name?
We don't know OP's name. We just
don't
call
know
him OP.
OP's name. Okay.
The captain, we're not done yet.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
wait.
Oh, this is
We got a little
short
more
story.
tea. The captain said, since I'm already causing problems on the first trip, that I'm no longer welcome on the next. But Alan stuck up for me, saying that the superstition isn't real and I work hard and I'm respectful. I'm aware of the superstition, but chose to ignore it while taking this trip. However, they never informed me not to bring bananas. So, am I the asshole?
I still don't think it changes the answer to the question. I just think that OP, we're referring to him as OP. I think he just needs to catch some fish while he's eating bananas. He needs to, show that it's not a real thing. I don't believe in that kind of stuff, really.
You're not superstitious?
I'm not very superstitious.
You don't have anything?
I've personally caught fish while eating bananas.
Okay, personal experience.
You go to the lake at 5, 6 in the morning. You got to have breakfast. So I don't think that's a problem, brother. I just think that the people around you are the problem.
Yeah, you don't want cramps. You need the potassium. Overall vote on this one. What do you think it went?
On a scale of what?
Not the asshole to asshole.
I'd give him probably a 2.
A 2.
On not being the asshole.
So overall vote on this one was asshole.
Why?
The people said...
Listen, my dude is just eating bananas, brother.
He's just trying to eat. So overall vote, you're the asshole. You know the superstition and you say it's been a source of conflict on the past, but you brought bananas anyways. Eat a different fruit unless you want to get fired.
He's just not being discreet enough.
You got to go a little more incognito.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. I totally agree. Okay, I've got some hot takes for you. Okay. You can say yay or nay for the hot takes, okay?
Perfect.
Being friends with your exes is fine. I think it's even a green flag when people are still friends with their exes.
That's a negative. No,
nay.
Absolutely not.
Society peaked when we were hunters and gatherers.
That is a hot take.
I know.
I'd probably say nay.
Nay?
I think we're doing all right today.
Yeah, think about the culture. Think about the music.
Yeah. I have an Xbox. I love my Xbox and TV.
People should have to retake their driver's test every 5 years.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could get behind that. There's some idiots in Nashville for sure. Maybe it's just a Nashville thing.
No, it's everywhere.
Maybe they should just make Nashvillians take their driver's test every 5 years.
It's bad in Minnesota and LA where I live too. It's bad. Pineapple belongs on pizza.
Negative. No.
No?
No.
Not into it?
Nope. I mean, just don't bring it to my party. And I'm good. I don't care what you do outside of what I'm eating.
It's so good. It's like that sweet and savory.
I'm good.
Okay, last one for you. Potatoes are overrated. Fries, chips, baked potatoes, etc. They're all bad.
They're overrated?
Overrated.
I would say they're underrated.
I would agree.
I think they're very underrated. I mean, it's in 80% of what I eat every day.
Big starch guy.
I love starch.
Thank you so much for coming on. Where can people find you? Where can they listen to your music?
Everywhere. Anywhere you could possibly listen to a song, I'm probably there somewhere.
Okay.
Right around the corner. So Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, all that stuff. And Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Gabby, let's go.
Hello. Let's go. Hot takes.
Hot takes.
I'm here.
I'm really excited to have you. I also, as I do my research for my guests, I heard your birthday's March 5th.
It is.
Mine's March 4th.
Oh my gosh.
We could have been.
So we're going to get along really well.
Both Pisces.
Okay.
Are you emotional like me?
I mean, I'm emotional, yeah.
Yeah. That's a Pisces. It's just the Pisces in us. It's just how it goes. Started on American Idol, really. Is there anything my listeners should know about you? Give us the lowdown in case they're not familiar.
Okay. I actually started when I was about 9. I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's where I'm originally from. So I'm a Northeast gal. And just for about 7 years, I did the grind of singing at grocery stores, singing at fast food restaurants, anywhere you would think people don't typically go. My dad would somehow get me into the place, and it was crazy.
You
singing.
joined a choir too, right?
I did. Yep.
Okay.
And I was involved in a church at a young age. Worked with a group of women. They really taught me how to sing. It was for about 2 years. And then I branched off of the church and started doing shows, singing the national anthem at every high school. And I would go to every, lots of malls, especially local stuff in Pennsylvania. And so I did that for about 7 years. And then I got actually cast onto American Idol.
Wow.
So when I was 17. So
they found you essentially.
Yes. I think probably from my YouTube videos, from posting so much, and they scout talent out as well as people can go and do the bus auditions and stuff. And so I'm very thankful that I got passed and then was on Idol, finished 3rd in 2018.
That's huge.
And then the past 7 years, I've been in Nashville and writing songs and doing my thing. So
amazing.
Thanks.
Absolutely amazing. Okay, let's get into these Reddit stories while I have you. This first one is coming from Am I Overreacting? It's 9 days old, so pretty recent for us here.
Okay.
It's titled, Am I Overreacting for Getting Upset? My husband gave my engagement ring to our daughter to play princess.
How upset, I guess, is the question.
I got a little more
tell me,
details
tell
for
me.
you. I, 30 female, took off my engagement ring before a shower and left it on my nightstand. Our daughter, 5, likes to dress up and play princess. Totally normal. But when I came back from my shower, I couldn't find my ring. My husband, 33 male, casually told me that he gave it to our daughter because she wanted to feel fancy and she was playing in the backyard with it.
Oh, boy.
I freaked out and ran outside. Thank God it was still on her finger and hadn't fallen off. I was shaking. That ring isn't just expensive, it's meaningful. He proposed with it after my dad passed, and it has a diamond from my mom's original ring in it. I told him it wasn't okay to just hand it over like a toy, and he rolled his eyes and said I was being dramatic and it's not like she ate it. He insists that I'm overreacting because nothing happened, but something could have. Am I blowing this out of proportion, or is it valid to be upset that he treated something so sentimental like dress-up jewelry?
I think both sides are valid, if you're asking me. Like, I can understand why because I've been married for 6 years. I have a daughter that's 4.5.
Right in that age.
Yeah. And that literally might have happened to where she's been playing dress up with my wedding ring. So I get it, girl. I get it. So I get why she would be like, oh, I don't want to lose. So, like, God forbid it's dropped in the backyard or it's dropped down the sink or it's broken or something like that.
Yeah.
But it seems like his intentions were well, though. It doesn't seem like he was ill. Like, I'm going to give it to her to go lose it. You know what I mean? He was probably giving it to her to be able to play with it and play dress up. And like my daughter does that with ring. She loves when I buy her fake rings and stuff like that. But I understand the concern of not wanting the ring to get lost. So I think both sides are valid. That's just my take, though.
Yeah. I could see that. I'm honestly, I'm kind of surprised because like it seems like he kind of helped make the ring with the mom's diamond and everything. I'm surprised he gave it to her, but like, I get it. Your dad, like, especially if you're a girl dad, you're like, just my little princess. Like, well, let her play with it. It's fine. She's a responsible 5-year-old.
Well, do guys think that far ahead too? Like,
we got some
you
guys
just kind of like give it to
hands.
her, give her to it in the moment, and then the girl's like, "Wait, but this and this could have happened," and they're like, "I didn't think that was good." Like that kind of thing. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some things on both sides. He wasn't ill intentioned, which I appreciate. So but it was still scary, which I get too
for sure. So overreacting, or like you feel like she's kind of justified with her feelings here. I know you're like both, but
I wasn't there. But if she was, shaken up about it, I understand why. So that's justified.
Yeah. I wish, he's kind of saying she's overreacting. And I think a lot of that is like him getting defensive.
Yeah, of course.
Like ego and like kind of feeling ashamed and like, it's not a big deal. Like that's kind of where you jump. I hope now he starts to communicate and they go on and just buy her a bunch of like cheap little rings.
I think that's fair.
Like that's the compromise here in this.
I agree. Get her some princess rings. Mom keeps her ring.
Exactly. Done. We're good.
Fair.
So top comment on this one. I don't see how your husband isn't worried about an engagement ring. If it was a replaceable ring you got as regular jewelry, I could see him being more careless, but an engagement ring should have sentimental value to him too. Next comment down. Just as an example, once my nieces and nephews were in the living room playing by themselves. Best guess, 3 to 7 years old. My TV remote was right by the chair in front of the TV. I have never seen it again. I've taken the room and furniture apart. The remote does simply not exist anymore. It's been 5 years.
Oh, that's
Don't
funny.
let small children play with your ring if losing it will make you feel devastated.
Sure. Okay.
I see that.
Okay.
I can see it.
I can see it. Makes sense. We're getting her the pack of rings.
We're getting her back.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that was such a thing when I was a kid. Like you'd go to the laundromat and like have the quarter thing and get like the little rings.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
In the plastic thing and then you open it up.
Yeah.
And it's
that was like, I loved going to the laundromat.
Made.
Did you ever get those sea monkeys there?
I can't remember. I feel like mine were like neon colors or something. I don't know what happened.
I got these crazy critters once at the laundromat where like you had to put it in water and then like real animals grew.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I was the goofiest
sort
thing.
of.
Yeah. I know. I'm like, I'm not sure how much my mom loved it.
How much I loved that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So again, this one is coming from Am I Overreacting? 8 days old. Titled, Am I Overreacting for Getting Upset After My Friend Threw Away My Ugly Breast Milk in front of everyone? So I, 27 female, just had my first baby 3 months ago. I've been exclusively pumping because latching didn't work out and it's been tough, but I'm doing it. Last weekend, I went to a friend's house for a girls' night. Baby stayed with my husband, but I brought my pump and a small cooler to store milk. I mentioned it ahead of time to my friend, and she said it was fine. At some point, I went to the kitchen to put a fresh bottle in the cooler, and I found it open and empty. I asked what happened, and she laughed and said, quote, "Oh, I tossed it. I thought it was some gross food or something. It looked nasty, girl." I was stunned.
Oh, no.
I explained that was my pumped milk, and she looked horrified, but also laughed again and said, quote, "Ew, okay, but like, can you not keep stuff like that around food?" I was trying not to cry. That was over 10 ounces of milk I worked so hard to get. I left early and haven't answered her text since. Our mutual friends think I'm overreacting and say she just didn't know. But I told her, and that milk is for my baby. Am I overreacting?
Yikes. That'd be really difficult because I exclusively pumped as well with my second child. And I know the hard work that goes into that. And so, no, yeah, I'm not jiving with that one on like ugly breast milk. I'm not getting it.
Ugly.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And it was
get it.
in a bottle. Like by the sounds of the story, it was like in a bottle.
So it wasn't in the bags?
In her cooler. Like she must have took it. There's some of those pumps that
you know what? I wonder if she thinks that she said it looks gross because this is a little like side note fact. When you have fatty breast milk, when it sits for so long, like the fat starts to separate from the water.
Okay.
So it can start to look more like chunky and like stuff like that in there.
Yeah.
Until you rewarm it and all of it goes back together. So
maybe,
no, but oh my goodness, I would never throw away somebody's breast milk without even, I would leave it for them and say, hey, it looks like this.
Yeah.
Just so you're aware. I don't know if it's spoiled or not. So no, I mean, I don't think she's overreacting. I would be pretty upset I got upset when I accidentally knocked over my own breast milk. So I'm really upset. So if somebody threw it away and was like, this is ugly, I'd be like, are you kidding? I'd be sobbing on the floor.
I just imagine too, like this baby's 3 months old. She's like freshly postpartum still.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be hard.
I would have gone
like
ape
sleepless.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be bad. So that's not a good one. No.
Not overreacting at all.
Yeah.
Top comment, your friend is an idiot. And they like quoted friend.
That's funny.
For her to be so callous and call your milk gross when it's something she knows you use to feed your baby is cruel. Second, it wasn't stored with food. It was in a sealed container, a closed cooler. Mm-hmm. She knew you had brought it and what it was for. This wasn't a mistake.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
That's pretty wild.
I'd be upset.
Pretty wild. Okay, I've got some hot takes for you, okay? You ready?
Ready.
Okay, if it's a good hot take, yay. Okay. Bad hot take, you don't agree with it? Nay.
Okay.
Mom should get more say in the baby's name than dad. 60-40.
I'm in the middle on that. What's the middle answer? I don't know. Middle.
Being friends with your exes is fine, and I even think it's a green flag when people are still friends with their exes.
I'm sorry, I personally disagree.
So that's a nay, yeah.
That's a big nay for me.
Men and women are never just friends.
That's not true.
I'm with you.
Yeah, men and women are never not just, is that what you said?
Never just friends. So they're implying there's always a little something there.
No. Nay.
Society peaked when we were hunters and gatherers.
Okay, what does that mean?
They want to go back to
I didn't finish high school. Okay. No, okay. I don't have high school degree. Okay, what does that mean?
They want to go back to just like
hunters and gatherers?
Men going out hunting and women picking berries.
Oh, heck yeah. I'm down. I'm down.
It's okay to be a Karen sometimes.
No, I'm not on that side. Probably not.
People should have to retake their driver's test every 5 years.
Yes, I agree. That's not bad. Yeah.
Thank you. There's some bad drivers.
Because when you have like a medical or like a degree and stuff like that, don't you have to retest to like every so often to make sure that you're able to like safely?
Yeah.
So why not that for driving?
Cars are dangerous, man.
It's fair. Yeah.
I think it's fair. More likely than not, the woman is always right.
No, that's not true. I know I've been a hothead and I haven't been right and everything. And I'm like, Gabby, stop. No, I'm in the middle.
Okay. Pineapple belongs on pizza.
Absolutely not. Nay. No way. Never. Won't even try it. Next. Immediately.
What's your go-to topping?
Plain.
Just
and
cheese.
but like in Pittsburgh, where I'm from, there's my favorite place called Fiore's. They do cold cheese, so you get a cup of cold cheese and put it on top of the pizza, and it changes the game. It's like this thick, I don't know, really specific, like maybe Italian cheese or something that they put on top of it.
I've never experienced that. Okay, I need to write this down. When
Fiore's, you're going.
Fiore's. Candy corn and Peeps are top tier candy.
Candy corn and Peeps?
Peeps.
Absolutely nay. What? Who is... No, that one was a trick question. No way.
And last but not least, chocolate is gross.
No, come on. I can't survive without like dark chocolate. I just can't.
No.
I consume it almost every day.
Those Costco packs I get?
100%.
Dangerous.
Yeah. The Sanders, whatever big jar with the caramel and the dark chocolate sea salt, forget it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Say no more.
Yeah, no more.
I'm sold. Gabby, thank you so much for coming on. Where can people find you? Where can they listen to your music?
I'm actually going out. I'm starting tour this weekend. So
there we go.
We'll be out on tour through the year, through October, I think. So come out and see us if we're near you. I've got a new music coming out here in a couple weeks.
Hey.
I can't say when. I'm so excited about it though. I wrote it with Hardy and a few other friends. So we're pumped about it. Kind of echoes, I hope, a little bit. So I'm excited for this new chapter of music. And follow me on socials. Gabby Barrett. Everything that's verified is me. Anything that's not verified isn't. And we'll see you out there.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Ian, I'm so excited. I have been a fan for probably a year now. I saw you perform at the Opry.
Yeah.
And absolutely blown away.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
You played Seven Sisters that night.
Oh, yeah. Man.
And the fiddle, I mean, everything.
Yeah.
You put on a show.
Thank you.
And you've got a new album out.
I do.
Feather in My Hat with Lainey Wilson has been on repeat for me.
Thank you.
As well as Wolf Creek Road.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know what it is about that song.
Go.
It's just like melodic, the messaging.
Yeah, it has a little bit of haunting in there.
It does. It does. But if my listeners don't know you, what should they know? Fill them in. Who is Ian?
Well, I am from the great state of Wyoming. I've lived in Nashville for 13 years now, and my goal has always been to bring the West to the rest, as I like to say.
Okay.
Because country music needs a lot more fiddle in it, needs more mountains in it, needs more prairie in it. And I grew up on a ranch in Wyoming, so that's just always been my MO in country music.
Okay. Do you have horses?
Grew up with horses, but now that I live in Nashville, we don't, but we just bought a small ranch in Wyoming, so that is in our near future.
Maybe some ponies again.
To get some horses, yes.
Okay. I grew up on a farm in Minnesota.
Oh, awesome.
Grew up with horses.
Beautiful up there.
Have them now at our place in LA.
In LA?
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's weird.
If you have horses in LA, then there's no excuse for me not to have horses in Nashville.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I need to get on that.
I know. I mean, you've got a song. Horses are faster.
Oh,
like,
I know.
Come on.
Half of my music has horses in it. So
it's time.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into this first one. I'm really, really curious to get a guy's take on this because the writer is a woman, and I think you're gonna have some insight.
Okay.
So this is coming from Am I the Asshole? It is titled, Am I the asshole for not wanting to go to dinner after my boyfriend's friends removed me from their photo? And I'll give you a little bit more details.
Okay.
I'm 36 weeks pregnant, and my boyfriend is really into drag racing. Occasionally, we go to the track to watch them, and his friends, along with their girlfriends, are all there. My boyfriend and his guy friends head off into the pits and look at the cars and whatnot, so I stay on the bench with the girls. My feet are really swollen, it's super hot, I'm dying a little, and I'm ready to go home anyways. Well, the girlfriends all decided they wanted to take a group photo. They set it up so that all are in the picture and I'm seated at the end. We are getting ready to leave and go to dinner, and I needed to use the restroom, so I go. When I return, my boyfriend mentioned that he saw a group photo, but was curious where I was in it. I told him I was sitting at the end. He showed me the photo that they had posted and they cropped me out of it. I was really hurt by this. My boyfriend ended up asking them why they took me out, and they told him that, quote, I didn't look like I fit in the picture.
Oh.
They were all dressed in a certain way, and I made the picture look off. That gutted me even more when he told me on the ride to the restaurant. I was in tears and told him I didn't want to go in and wanted him to just take me home. He was upset and told me not to take it so personally and that they weren't my friends anyways, and I could just go and be with him. That hurt me even more. And I said a few mean words to him about choosing them over me. I ended up being taken home, and now he's still mad at me.
Ooh,
Am I the asshole?
Wow. I have a pregnant wife right now.
Yeah.
Is that why you chose
That's
this?
why I picked it.
Very smart.
I figured
Very
you'd
smart.
have a good take on it.
So being married for 4 years, having a 5-year-old boy, math doesn't quite add up there, but don't look too much into that. You always have to choose your spouse over anybody. Even if you don't think that they're right, you still have to choose them. This story, yeah, husband is for sure in the wrong.
Yeah, that's
would
what
say.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. Also, the other girlfriends, bitches.
I love that you said it. I'm like, just mean girls,
Yeah.
giving such mean girl energy.
Yeah.
And it's hard to make friends. Like as a woman, it always just feels so hard to make friends.
Yeah. Those are the kind of
And-
girls that you don't want to be friends with if they're cropping out the
Yeah.
pregnant friend. That's
How
like
crappy.
That's just asking for it, you know? So,
She's 36 weeks pregnant, ready to pop. Like, I'd want to sit down too. I've got kinkles as it is almost, and I'm not even pregnant. Like, come on. It's
Yeah.
just, it's such a low blow. And then to get mad at her that she doesn't want to go to dinner with
yeah,
the same
that's
people.
wild.
I wouldn't want to go to dinner either. They just
Yeah.
said she doesn't look like she fits in.
She also seems like she's pretty nice. Like she's questioning if she's the asshole instead of being like, no, he's the asshole. She's
Mhm.
being like, hey, am I?
Yeah, she's
You know? Where
second
it's-
guessing herself.
Yeah, that's very, very obvious that he is the asshole, but really the girlfriends are the main assholes there.
Yeah, I would say. Do you find it kind of concerning though that even after she kind of says how she feels that he's now mad at her, ignoring her?
Yeah, that's even worse. That's
I know.
even worse. And he's not going to get anywhere. Wives, they will always win every single argument. So the sooner that you can wrap your head around that, the quicker that it's going to be, the easier it's going to be for him. Him dragging that out for days, that is just, that's wild. That's wild to me.
It is. So top comment on this one, not the asshole. They all agree. She did no wrong. You deserve a new significant other.
Ooh, yeah.
Let me rephrase this for you, OP. 1, you participated in an activity your significant other enjoys,
Yep.
even though you're pregnant and it was physically uncomfortable for you.
Yep.
You don't appear to be really in a drag racing yourself. This is 100% you doing it for him.
Uh-huh.
2, you were social with people who were not your friends for an extended period of time,
Uh-huh.
even though you aren't really under an obligation to.
Uh-huh.
3, these people treated you like shit. Seriously, what immature, bratty middle school nonsense behavior. 4, you were justifiably hurt. 5, proceeded to get upset at you that you were hurt.
It's wild.
When you think about that,
Yeah.
you're like, I
Yeah.
was just trying to tell you my feelings.
Yeah.
And now you're mad at me because I'm human and I was sad.
I would agree that she probably deserves another significant other. Because 1, I would never ask my wife to do that because I know that being pregnant is very uncomfortable and hanging out with random people that turn out to be biatches. That's just not,
No.
why would you even ask your wife? And then she's a trooper and does it. That's
I know. It's
so
hard.
it's man.
It's hard to
No
put yourself
brainer.
out there. Okay, I've got one more story for you. This next one is coming from True Off My Chest. 8 hours old at the time I screenshotted it, which was midnight. It's titled, Entered My Husband into a Contest and I Feel Guilty About It. I, 42 female, went on a girls' trip last weekend with 3 of my best friends from college. We are all still very close, and these trips are good for the soul, a great way to stay connected. During happy hour Saturday night, the topic of men's underwear came up. Don't ask how, I can't even remember. One of the girls suggested we all ask our husbands to send mirror selfies of the undies they were wearing that very second. And we would compare and vote, and the winner had to buy a nice bottle of wine. It all felt very fun and silly. So I texted my husband to snap a selfie in his undies for me for a contest, and he did. I texted him back an hour later and I told him, congrats, he won.
Oh, wow. Nice, hubby.
He replied with just a question mark, and I explained the silly game and that he won the vote. He wasn't mad, but he was surprised that I didn't tell him the context of what was going on. He wasn't aware I was going to show off the photo to my girlfriends. I immediately felt awful, and what seemed like a silly game suddenly felt like a breach of trust. I admit I got a little pride and satisfaction from showing the photo because he's fit and looks good in underwear, which somehow made me feel even worse. My husband let me off the hook and said he's not too upset. He joked that he'd be more mad if he would have lost, but I can't help but feel lingering guilt.
Yeah, I would feel that way too. My wife would never do that, but
I guess what would you assume if your wife did text you and was like, hey,
Yeah.
send me a picture for a contest?
for a contest, I would question what kind of contest first. So the husband maybe just had some blind trust for his wife, but that's what being married is all about. It's like you just trust your other, you know?
Yeah.
So kind of the husband's fault for not questioning what kind of contest, but also the wife should have just been clear about it. You know?
I guess too, imagine roles were reversed, right? You're
yeah.
out.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Right. That would be
Yeah.
she'd be so pissed.
Well, it's that's such a vulnerable thing.
Yeah.
Let me snap a picture
Yeah.
in bra and underwear.
And then show it to all of your friends.
Show it to my buddies.
Oh, she'd be so pissed.
That would be insane.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a good point.
Yeah.
That is a good point.
I would be distraught.
Yeah.
That's something that's so intimate.
Yes.
And I guess for me, I'm maybe contests would go over my head or I wouldn't realize.
Yeah.
But that would be really bad.
Yeah. That's a good point. Flipping the roles.
Yeah.
Because guys are pretty chill about that stuff. But girls, I feel like they're more protective of their bodies than guys are.
Yeah.
So that's a really good point. But at least she feels bad about it. You know, she's not on there being like, hey, this is my husband's fault. You know, so she seems to really understand it. And the fact that he wasn't overly pissed off, but just a little pissed off, that seems like they have a healthy relationship. So
I think so.
Yeah.
And it's on true off my chest, right? She's not asking, am I the asshole for this? I think she kind of does know, yeah, I'm the asshole.
Yeah.
That's why she picked this forum, this subreddit.
Gotcha.
The comments kind of eat her alive.
Ooh, okay, let's hear
I
it.
know. They really, so much so that she actually deleted the post.
Oof.
She was like, I can't have this up there anymore. So top comment, if this was the other way around, you'd probably feel quite violated. So the guilt is understandable. If it was the other way around, people would be telling her to break up with him. People are basically being like, if he did this to you,
Yeah. Oh, totally.
they'd be like, divorce. That's so shitty.
Yeah.
Next comment, yeah, this is fucked up. Thankfully, men just have to feel okay with this kind of thing. And it seems OP's husband has been conditioned well to turn that kind of thing into a joke. And it's going to just end like that.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm a woman and this is 100% bullshit. It just goes on. We could scroll for days.
Wow.
So I think she really, the message was sent.
I'm surprised that the women really attacked her.
You know, I feel like we're getting to a place, at least from me and everything I see on Reddit, it feels like we're getting to a place where when we hear these stories, we kind of always imagine the role flipped.
Yeah, which is very smart and healthy to do.
Yeah, and so if it's if the roles were flipped and it's bad, then it's it's still really bad.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good perspective to have.
That is a really good perspective. I'm going to start doing that with my wife.
There you go. Okay, I've got some hot takes for you.
Okay, let's do it.
If you think it's a good hot take, give me a yay. If it's bad, nay.
Okay.
Being friends with your exes is fine. And I even think it's a green flag when people are still friends with their exes.
Friends. That is a kind of a broad term. I would say if you are respectful of, that's yay. But if you're like close with them and they're hanging out, that's probably nay.
Crossing some boundaries. Yeah. I'm with you. Moms should get more say in the baby's name than dads. 60-40.
60-40?
That's what they say.
Yay. I
Yay.
agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's doing a lot of work.
It is in their bodies. She is growing her right now. So
Congrats. I'm so excited for you guys.
Thank you.
Men and women are never just friends.
Nay.
Society peaked when we were hunters and gatherers.
Yay.
It's okay to be a Karen sometime.
Nay.
Never a Karen.
No,
I
not a
can't picture
Karen.
you being a Karen.
No, that pisses me off more than anything else is when people are Karens. It's like, just keep your mouth closed if it's not your business, which
move about.
That's what Karens do. I feel like when it's not their business, that's when they open their mouth.
Okay, I'm with you. People should have to retake their driver's test every 5 years.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Yay. I'm going to say yay to that.
More likely than not, the woman is always right.
Yay. 9 times out of 10, I would say.
This last one for you. Pineapple belongs on pizza.
Absolutely yay.
I love it.
Yeah, that is pizza at its peak is when pineapple is on it.
I wasn't going to ask you this, but now I'm curious because you do seem a little bit like a foodie. Hot dog is not a sandwich.
Golly, that is the age-old question, isn't it?
I know.
I always think that sandwiches, that there is 2 pieces of bread.
Mm-hmm.
Hot dogs, there's the connection, which therefore eliminates them, because then a taco is a sandwich, which
Thank you.
That's clearly not right. So
I know. I've fought people over this, and they said, well, if you just slice the connection, it's a sandwich. And I'm like,
well, then if you just slice a taco, is it a sandwich? Yes, it is too. But that's not the case.
I know.
There's connection there. So
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
fully with you.
Okay.
Ian, where can people find you? How can they listen to your music?
Just at Ian Munsick on all kinds of platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to music, just listen to it. I will transport you to the West.
You really do. Eagle Feather is amazing.
Thank you
so
very
check
much.
it out, you guys. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm so excited to have you, Hudson.
I'm excited to be here.
New single out, Texas Forever. I heard you're big into music festivals. You got a girlfriend. You went to Texas Tech to study oil, but ended up doing music.
Yeah.
Anything else my listeners should know about you?
Yeah, I was working at a feed store and I was breaking bulls, and I wrote my first song while we were washing this cow, and then I put chords to the song and it kind of started everything. But yeah.
Wait,
I was going to college, but I was also working 2 jobs.
You were riding bulls?
No, I was breaking them.
What does that mean?
So that means like, okay, yeah. So
I'm like, I have horses, but I've
yeah.
never heard that about bulls.
Well, it's like a puppy or like anything else. So you put a halter on their face and then you tie them up, and it's just to show them. They get treated literally like humans. So like
Wait, are these the cows that like are really fluffy and people shave?
Yeah. And they look good and they're muscular
so cute.
and yeah, they're cute. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's mostly what people say. They're like, they're so cute, but yeah, we just took care of them. You put the halter on their neck, you put it around their face, and then their face gets sore. So then they listen whenever you like are leading them, and you wash them every day, and you train their hair to go a certain way, and like.
This is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
It's in depth.
I ended up on the side of TikTok with the little girl with the pig. Have you seen that?
No.
The pig shows?
No. Oh yeah, I showed pigs.
She's just like the most stern face.
Yeah, you gotta be locked in with the judge, and you gotta get their head up.
You like mean mug the judge.
Yeah.
You're like.
You gotta be locked in.
Are you trying to intimidate them? Is that the vibe?
No, but they're very intimidating, you know? I feel like if you're singing in front of a crowd, you're like looking into everyone's eyes and you're like, what's up?
Do you awkwardly make eye contact with everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just normal.
Especially the people that don't know the words. I'm like, sing it right to them.
Serenading them,
Yeah,
as you would say.
Yeah, serenading them.
Okay, well, you just told me you're a big dog guy. I think you're going to have some strong feelings on this story I have for you.
Alrighty, let's roll.
Okay, so this one is coming from Am I the Asshole? It is titled, Would I be the asshole for making my boyfriend miss a wedding to go to the lake house with my family? I'm 26 female. My boyfriend is 27. We started dating in early 2023. I live in a different state than my parents. The state our lake house is in is almost in the middle of nowhere. My parents both travel a lot with work, so I don't see them very often. In 2 weekends, my parents asked if my boyfriend and I would like to go to our lake house for the weekend with them. My brother and his wife, my niece and grandparents. This is actually going to be the first time since my boyfriend and I have been dating that everyone's going to be together at the lake. Now, why was the wedding in quotations? My boyfriend has a friend from college who's getting married that weekend. I've only met this friend once, and I don't think my boyfriend has seen him much since college. I don't think they're that close. Let me preface this by saying I kind of feel bad for my boyfriend. When they got engaged, my boyfriend told me about it and was going on and on about how great of a wedding it's going to be. After a few months go by, it turns out my boyfriend wasn't invited to the wedding, which isn't small, 150 plus guests. He found out through a friend who was invited that he wasn't. Recently, like a month and a half ago, the friend reached out to my boyfriend and invited us to the after party. So the wedding has the wedding, the reception. This after party is not even the reception. They have a bus to a bar where some people from the reception will go. The party will be from 11 to 2. My boyfriend is over the moon and wants us to go. I think we should go to the lake house because this is a rare opportunity. I might be an asshole because we heard about the wedding first. Splitting up is possible, but I want him to be there and he wants me to be there at the wedding.
I don't know, like sometimes you got to be there for your friend, like, you know, like maybe there's just something deep down that he just loves his friend and that's her problem, you know, like, or maybe it is a really important weekend at the lake, but like, I know what I would do.
What would you do?
Weekend at the lake.
I would too.
Yeah. I'm not trying to go to a bar for 3 hours. Like, even if it is my best buddy, I'm going to be like, hey, bro, I'm definitely going to stay here and surf. And he'd be like, all right, man, sounds good. I understand.
Do you wake surf?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, I
cool.
wakeboard and wake surf and do all that fun stuff. So.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you also feel like this is kind of a pity invite too? It's like you're not invited to
Yeah,
the
I mean,
wedding.
I would honestly take it as a punch from my friend.
Yeah.
That like, hey,
you're not good
I
enough.
guess I'm not good enough to play at your, you know.
You didn't make
not
the
play
cut.
at your, but be at your.
You
so
trying to
used to
play at
playing
your
at
buddy's
places.
wedding?
Yeah, yeah. But like be at your buddy's wedding. And yeah, so I'd say stay at the lake.
I would
Stay at
too.
the lake.
I don't want a pity invite for someone's wedding. Like I'm not good enough.
I mean, that's your girlfriend. Like you're committed to that, you know. So
Yeah.
you got to stick with that.
Yeah. Top comment. No assholes here. So they don't think the girlfriend's the asshole for wanting to go to the lake. They don't think he's the asshole for wanting to go to the wedding. Like everyone's neutral. No assholes here. I guess I can understand him wanting to go, but I definitely feel more conflicted if it was really to attend the actual wedding. It sounds like your boyfriend considers the groom more of a friend than the groom considers your boyfriend, which is a shame. Being invited last minute to the after party is kind of lame.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're walking a fine line with him when you probably want to say, dude, groom is an ass and doesn't care about you as much as you do him.
Yeah, exactly.
So come with me instead. OP, our writer, actually responds to that comment. If he was actually invited to the wedding, I wouldn't be posting here. There wouldn't be a problem if he was actually invited.
No, there wouldn't be. Like, you should go to the wedding if you're actually invited.
Yeah.
So I think like the problem is he's not literally invited to the real, you know, wedding.
Yeah.
Like that's fair. Like you should choose someone out if they're like, hey bro, we're ditching your family for the weekend and we're going to get drunk for 3 hours with someone who doesn't care about me, you know?
At an after party.
Yeah.
No.
That's not it.
Uh-uh.
So she's right. I give her the. Now I seem like I'm like all girl power, but and I am, but like.
Let's go.
But they're both right.
Yeah, no assholes.
Yeah,
no assholes, and they
No
can
assholes.
split up. They could, but I think he's
they could
missing
split up. But
a
what I
good
think
time.
you do is stay at the lake and just don't say anything. Just have a good time. Don't check your
Don't-
Snapchat stories.
Don't rub it in his
Don't
face.
get FOMO. Yeah.
Yeah, don't get FOMO. Yeah, I think he's gonna have FOMO anyways. That's a big.
Yeah.
a big hit. But okay, I've got some hot takes for you, okay?
Cool. Let's roll.
Okay, if you think it's a good hot take, say yay. Bad
Cool.
hot take, nay.
Nay. Cool.
Being friends with your exes is fine. And I even think it's a green flag when people are still friends with their exes.
Nay. Hell no.
You have the same take as Austin. I think it's justifiable to cheat if your partner cheated first. Fight fire with fire.
Nay, but just break up with her, you know. Yeah.
Pick me boys are worse than pick me girls.
Yes. Yay.
Society peaked when we were hunters and gatherers.
Yay.
People should have to retake their driver's test every 5 years.
No. Nay.
No?
No.
Do you have better drivers in Texas than we have?
No, but like it's not gonna fix it. Like everyone's still gonna find their way around it. We know how it works. It's it's the same thing.
This next one. More likely than not, the woman is always right.
If you want to be happy, yay.
Last but not least, pineapple belongs on pizza.
Belongs is not the word.
Ooh, okay.
Can be is more like the vibe. Pineapple can be on pizza.
But you're not like,
Oh, hell no.
no?
No. I mean, like, if someone orders it and they get cheese and they get whatever the pineapple concoction is,
Okay.
I'm getting cheese.
Have you ever had a barbecue chicken pineapple pizza?
I love barbecue chicken pizza, but I've never had pineapple on
If you ever see that on a menu,
Throw
try
Canadian
it.
bacon on it too. I bet it's
Ooh,
gas.
you're getting real fancy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real fancy.
Real fancy. Thank you so much for coming on. Where can people find you? Where can people listen to your music?
Yeah, it's basically just Hudson Westbrook on everything. So
Easy
Hudson
enough.
Westbrook on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube.
All the places.
Yeah.
All the places.
It ends there.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Thank y'all.
Gavin, I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you for having me.
I'm really pumped to get into these stories. But before we do, you're from Georgia. You played football in college?
Down at Georgia Southern University.
Okay. Played football. Is there anything else my listeners should know about you? Like what's your vibe? What are you into?
When this is all said and done one day, when I'm done making music, I want to be sitting on a farm, feeding some cows, watching the kids in the yard, and maybe rolling one up.
Cows. I feel like Hudson just said he was into cows too. He used to like halter break them.
Yeah, he's from over in Texas, and me and him have had conversation a few times about our just agriculture background. I grew up on a cattle farm in northeast Georgia and went to stockyards with my daddy, and just loved growing up doing that. That was
That's very
was my
cool.
other option
Was the cow stuff?
besides music. Yep.
I grew up on a farm. We had horses, not anything
Yeah.
to your scale. It was like a little hobby farm,
Yeah.
but it's a good time. I love that. Okay, let's get into this story. Buckle up. This is going to be a juicy one. This is coming from AITAH. It's titled, Am I the Asshole for Breaking Up with My Girlfriend Over a Note a Pilot Left for Her? We're not teenagers anymore, so maybe this is too much. I'm 31, she is 30. We were flying yesterday after a 4-day vacation, and while I was out in the bathroom in a coffee shop within the airport, she was left a note by a pilot. She smiled at him. I'm not controlling or insecure, I hope. I asked out of curiosity, and she told me it was her subway ticket that had fallen under the table. He had just picked it up for her. She indeed had her ticket on the table, so I didn't really think too much about it, but her cheeks were a bit flushed. And this morning, I found the real note that he actually left for her. It had fallen out of her pocket. I was doing the laundry. It was crumbled, and it was written by hand. It said, quote, drive you like a hammer on a bed of nails, plus a wink emoji. I Googled that, and it was a reference to an Alice Cooper song. I still haven't decided what to do. I will try to talk with her before ending this 6-year-old relationship. Sorry for the misleading title. I didn't tell her anything yet. I want to wait for her to wake up and understand what happened. But am I the asshole for breaking up with her over a note a pilot left?
She had previous interaction with the pilot on the plane, or was this just a passing thing and he was just being kind of like a player? Just
A little flirty.
yeah.
We don't really know. I mean, have you heard that song before?
I don't think so.
Drive you like a hammer on a bed of nails.
That's pretty in depth on what he wants, you know.
It feels a little risky of a note to just pass to a stranger.
I would probably give her the benefit of the doubt that time if I didn't have any suspicion that she had previous interaction with him before, and like he's probably the asshole for I mean,
jumping to
I've got a pretty
conclusions.
girlfriend. There's dudes that hit on her all the time, you know, and like I'm just kind of like whatever.
Comes with the territory a little bit. Like,
yeah, you know, she gets the same thing every once in a while, and it's just, why do you want to be with somebody that somebody else doesn't want to be with?
why would you want to be? Oh, okay. Well, we do get an update.
Okay.
We do get an update.
Oh, dang.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I looked in depth enough on this one, you know?
Well, you know, if you can take a beat, think if there's anything else. I'm like, for me, I do think give it a little bit more of a conversation. Like, if you're jumping the gun and breaking up with her after 6 years over just a note, I kind of agree. Like, you know, even thinking about working as a server, you'd get left notes all the time or, you know, things like that. So it's like, it's not that big of a deal. You really got to suss it out a bit more. But
let's hear the answer.
There is a bit more of an update. So she admitted they know each other, and I did ask to see her phone, as controlling as it is. She had chats with him. It wasn't anything sexual, though. So she keeps denying and blaming me for her lying, that I'm actually controlling. That's what she's telling me. She flies often due to her job, so this is how they met. I believe his move was a power move, actually. He wanted me to see it. He is better looking than me, fitter than me. Time to be depressed and move on, I guess. Although she is now begging me to not move on, that she only wants me.
He's no longer the asshole, and she's the asshole.
It gets even worse, okay?
Okay.
So that was like an update he put on the post, and then he posted a whole additional update. So the additional update. Fast forward to everything. I saw all texts with him. She was begging him to be intimate with her while wearing his uniform, and she said she will be in the cockpit waiting for him. It seems they met on her regular flights. I threw her out of our house. It's my house, actually. She has moved back with her parents in a small town, and she doesn't have any money, and her flyboy will not allow her to move in with him. I got tested for STDs and STIs, and I am a bit worried. The latest update is that she texted me in the middle of the night that she might be pregnant. We haven't actively been trying for a baby, but it was a plan in the near future. I'm 99% sure she's lying, but I said, fine. When you are sure, we can have a paternity test. And she was offended. This is too much of a coincidence, but what if she is, right?
Yeah, she's the asshole, and there's a good chance she's lying about the pregnancy, considering her situation. And it might be Flyboy's baby, you know?
Flyboy.
And that's, yeah.
That's a tough situation to be in.
I jumped the gun early in this one.
Did
But
you?
No, I just said that he was the asshole off the first part of the story.
But that's what we do. You know, you didn't have all the information.
Yeah.
The update straightened it up for us.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a top comment on the update. It says, oh, she pulling the Prego card? Total liar. Very likely fishing for some financial support, says the next one. I wouldn't spend a dime of money until a paternity test is done.
True.
Okay, I've got one more for you. I'm going to give you a choice though, okay?
All right.
The first one. My boyfriend bothered about me taking photos or videos on our vacation. Any advice? Or my long distance boyfriend went on a boat with all girls for his friend's birthday.
And the first one was about being bothered on taking pictures on vacation of the other one.
He doesn't want to take pictures of her. Kind of
That
being a
one's
poor
not
sport.
spicy enough. Let's do the other one on the boat.
The boat?
Yeah.
Okay. This is coming from r/relationship advice.
Yeah.
My long distance boyfriend went on a boat with all girls for his friend's birthday. So I'm trying to be the chill girlfriend right now, but I'm so tempted to interrogate this motherfucker. Basically, it was his girlfriend's birthday and she rented a yacht for all of her friends to go on. I don't mind this at all because I recognize it's his friend and I trust him. Plus, it's a yacht. I'd love for him to have that experience on one. But throughout the time he's been texting and updating me, I've gathered that he's the only guy that was on the boat with all of these drunk women all day. I'm trying not to overthink and be mature or ruin his day because he had fun. However, it's so hard. I tried asking who all went and if any of the other friends with him, but I haven't gotten a straight answer yet. Please, someone set me straight or validate me so I can have some feedback and know how to mediate this situation. Do you think there's anything fishy going on here? Or do you think they're just friends?
Well, it's pretty fishy. I feel like my girlfriend's first question would be like, why the hell can't I go?
That's what I want to know.
You know?
That's like, if this is your, your boyfriend and that's one of his old, girl friends, like actual friends, then it's like, why can't I come? Doesn't she want to get to know me too?
Yeah, the ratio and going out on a yacht and not inviting her is a terrible red flag. I wouldn't be very forgiving. I would probably shut down. You probably wouldn't talk to me for a while.
Are you a bit of a stonewaller? Do we need to work on that?
What do you mean stonewaller?
Stonewaller? You kind of tune out, you ignore your partner if you have a tiff?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
On that level,
that's good.
Probably would have to have some time though.
Yeah.
I would need some stonewall time just to
a little bit of a breather.
Yeah.
Not a full stonewall.
No doubt. It might be I might send him a text like later that afternoon, be like, we can talk tomorrow. I ain't doing nothing. I'm just chilling here at the house, but I do not want to talk to you right now.
Would your girlfriend be okay with something like this? I feel like for me, I know I would look at my fiance like, what are you on? Are you kidding me?
No, she would not be. She would not be all right with it.
No, and like, I try to reverse the roles too, right? Like, if it was me going on a boat, a yacht with 15 guys, and like I was the one, I don't think I'd even want to go, but like, I just think it's a weird dynamic.
It's not very typical. It's not like something that just happens all the time, and it's not like there was a bunch of couples or anything. It's obviously a bunch of single girls on a boat, you and your buddy.
Yeah.
And your buddy's got a girlfriend, and there's X amount of just single women.
Top comment. My question is, are you not familiar with these women? I'm friends, or at least acquainted with all my fiance's friends, especially the female ones. If he went on a boat with a bunch of women or men, I would have at least gotten an invite. So exactly what you said.
Yep, that's sketchy off the bat. It's like
goofy.
It's like if you are gonna go on a boat with all your buddies, and it's just your buddies, and there's like no girls. Maybe one of the dudes brings their girlfriend that still wouldn't slide very good, and you said, we're just gonna have some guy time today. You go hang out with your friends. Like, that wouldn't be a big deal. But
no,
because it'd be weird to just bring your girlfriend along with a ton of dudes on the boat. Just
it's okay for couples to have like time apart with just their friends for sure, but something just feels off here for me, at least.
Yeah, that the time apart in a relationship, whether it's a job or you're hanging out with your friends and they're hanging out with their friends, that saves relationships. Having their own thing to do in the time apart, because when you're with somebody for 3 months straight, 99% of the days, every hour, you start getting irritated.
You do. Does your girlfriend go on tour with you quite a bit?
She does. She probably comes like 2/3 of the time.
Which that other like 1/3 that she's not, like, it is nice to like, you know.
Oh yeah, when I see her, I'm like, God, I missed you, you know?
Oh,
so.
That's adorable. Okay, I've got some hot takes for you, okay?
All right.
If you think it's a good hot take, give it a yay. If it's a bad hot take, nay.
All right.
Number 1, being friends with your exes is fine. And I even think it's a green flag when people are still friends with their exes.
I would say nay. I'm not friends with any of my exes at all. My high school ex-girlfriend of like 6 years ago, we broke up like early in college. Her grandma died, and I hit her up and told her I was sorry about her grandma dying, because her grandma
really nice.
was like having a hard time when we were in high school and stuff. But no, it's not not going to get coffee or hanging out or something. No.
Men and women are never just friends.
No, that's false.
Society peaked when we were hunters and gatherers.
If the world collapsed and we all went back to farming and living off the land and putting your feet in the dirt, and there would be a lot less depression. There would be a lot better mental health of there's just so much go. This city, Atlanta, any city you go to, there's just, and that's moving up to Tennessee. I kind of live out in the country a little bit out of town, but I have a garden, and
It's so good for you.
I leave the phone inside and then just say screw it, go out there for a few hours and just tend to it, and it's just the best thing for my mental health.
It's so peaceful. It's so cathartic. What do you grow out there?
We've got corn, tomatoes, squash, some strawberries, and a couple cantaloupes.
You're really going for it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I figured if I planted a bunch of it and half of it died, I'd still have a little bit.
You still feel good about it. Did you say cucumbers?
We didn't plant any.
You should add some cucumbers next year.
Yeah.
Those always turn out really good.
I just didn't want too many eggs in my basket because we got home from like 2 weeks of being gone, and we picked weeds for a couple hours yesterday, and it was a pain.
You don't have chickens then, I take it?
No, I don't have any chickens yet.
Not yet. Yet is the keyword
I
there.
need some land for some chickens.
This next one. People should have to retake their driver's test every 5 years.
That's interesting that you say that because I've got this relative of mine, and she just turned 85, and her name's Sybil. Sweetest old lady. She come over the house a few months back, and she was like, "Can y'all believe that they're gonna make me take my driver's test again? Because you have to when you turn 85."
85.
And I don't think so. That'd be a pain. I gotta go change. I gotta go change my license from Georgia to Tennessee, and I still hadn't. I've been living here for a year, and I got pulled over and got arrested a couple weeks ago.
Oh shit!
And
gave you a ticket.
Gave
for
me
your
a ticket
ID.
for my ID not being in
the right
in
state.
Tennessee. Yeah.
Damn, I still have a Minnesota ID, but I live in Los Angeles, so oops. No one tattled on me. I'm like, I don't want to change it. Minnesota, it's so much cuter.
I know.
More likely than not, the woman is always right.
If you want to have a strand of happy days, that's your mindset you need, you know?
You're so funny.
If you want to put together a good couple weeks without having an argument, you just drop what you think is wrong in her, you know? You're just like, I'm gonna go outside for a minute. I'll come back in. We'll reset.
I'm gonna go garden.
Yeah, I'm gonna go garden.
I'll be out in the garden. No phone. Okay, last but not least, pineapple belongs on pizza.
I definitely think so. I used to not think so.
Oh.
And I'll get pepperoni, pineapple, and jalapenos on my pizza. And the sweet and the spicy with the pepperoni.
And that's it. Yeah, the savory too.
Yeah, if the jalapenos are spicy, the sweet of the pineapple kind of cuts it, and it's my favorite pizza. Okay,
I've got one last one actually. My boyfriend is grossed out by thongs.
Well, I don't think that's a thing you should be worried about.
So that one's a nay for you.
Yeah, that's a nay for me.
That's a nay.
That's not a phobia that I'm going to acquire.
You're into them.
I did have a dang thong thrown on stage one time. Oh, no. And it was gross looking. And I grabbed it by the corner that was clean. I threw it back in the crowd. I was like, "Get that out of here!" And about 30 seconds later, it was back up on stage.
What?
And I threw it back out there, and I didn't see it no more. So,
do people think that's actually going to work?
I don't know. We've had bras and stuff on the stage and panties. And
what's the weirdest thing you've had tossed on stage?
Somebody threw their retainer up one night, and I signed it and threw it back out to them in the crowd, like the box, and it had and I popped it open, and it had the retainer in there. I was like, "Y'all are fucked up."
That's crazy because retainers are not cheap.
And then you carrying them around at a country concert. You're so worried about your teeth being straight. I hadn't put mine on in 14 years. I don't even know where it's at.
Oh, you're lucky. Your teeth stayed nice.
Oh, they'll slide off one day, but I'll just get some Invisalign or something.
There you go. Gavin, thank you so much for coming on. Where can people find you? Where can they listen to your music? I know you've got 2 singles that just came out.
Yeah.
Morning Bail and Never Call Again. I listen to them. They're really good.
Well, you can find us anywhere you play music under Gavin Adcock. Gavin Adcock Music on all socials. And we just sent our first song to radio, and it was it wasn't even the ad date, and it was the second most added song to radio last week. So
congratulations.
So we're going for our first #1, and
let's go.
We're gonna keep letting out music and a new album later in the year. So
that's awesome. Okay, everyone, go listen.
Thank
you.
Y'all.
Ingrid, I'm so excited to have you. I think you're gonna have some good takes.
We'll see.
I think you will. You will. But I know you've got a new song out, Catch 22.
I do.
Good. It's really good.
Thank you.
But for my listeners that may not know what you're about, where you're from, you want to give us the lowdown?
Yeah, I am a singer-songwriter. Grew up in Colorado, moved to Nashville to learn how to write songs. And I pretty much just write sad piano songs.
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
It's a vibe. Okay, well, I think you're teed up for this one. It is coming from Am I the Asshole? It's 6 days old, titled Am I the Asshole for Recording My Friend's Fiance at her bachelorette party and playing the recording for him? I was invited to the bachelorette party for my friend's fiance. It was over the long weekend at a vacation rental on the beach. There was booze, a hot tub, great food. It was definitely a hit. At one point, I was on the deck looking at the ocean, and the bride was sitting in the hot tub with 2 of her friends. She said she felt more relaxed than she had in a while. I assumed she was referring to wedding planning. One of her friends asked if she was having trouble with the little monster. She said no, that he was manageable for now. At that point, I realized they were talking about my friend's son. I took out my phone and started recording them.
Ooh.
The bride's friends said horrible stuff about my friend's son, and the bride responded positively to everything, laughing and agreeing with them. She then said that it was too bad he wasn't old enough to send off to military school.
Oh, that's specific.
I stopped recording when their topic changed. I don't think they ever realized that I was close enough to hear them. When we got back, I asked to meet with my friend, and I played him the recording. He was quiet while he listened. After the recording was finished, he asked me to send it to him, which I did. Then he asked me to delete it, which I said I would do, but I didn't yet.
Why?
I feel like an asshole for interfering. However, I'm worried about my friend's son. Depending on what my friend does, I might need to send this recording to the poor boy's family. I feel like I've overstepped, but what else can I do? Was I being an asshole?
It's not funny.
No, but it's like, it's a rock and a hard place.
It is like, yeah, it's shitty that they were talking about this little boy who's not hers. But this friend, well, one, it's not your son. And yeah, you kind of are the asshole because they could have, obviously the friends will always have opinions and like want to talk shit. Like that's what we do. We get together, whatever. I'm confused why the guy was like, can you send that to me? But then you need to delete it. Like that's sketchy.
Yeah.
Like there's too much sketchiness happening to where I'm just like, maybe he's not the asshole because
I know. I am a little torn because I'm like, it is kind of like girls gabbing at the bachelorette. Like maybe
they
the
were probably like
kid
really
is difficult
feeling themselves, you know, and they were just like, we hate that little kid. Like the military
Would you
school.
say that though? And I'm like, oh God, even that sounds bad.
It does. But like that sounds like somebody who doesn't have children, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have kids. That sounds like something I would say. You know, maybe not military school.
Yeah.
I would say like boarding school, you know, like when can they go to boarding school?
Okay, Meredith Blake.
Exactly. Military school is a bit extreme.
I would say.
So, I mean, if you're just trying to have a good time with your friends, like what is she going to do? Like stand up for the kid and be like, how dare you? You know, when they're in the hot tub,
Yeah.
like 5 mimosas deep.
No, I feel like at that point, like you can't, there's nothing you can do except record. And like, I do think it's kind of like an invasion of privacy, like recording someone without them knowing for something like this. But at the same time, I'm like, if this is about to be that little kid's stepmom and he's just going to get treated terribly going forward, it probably is good that the guy does know. And like that guy that this girl is marrying is her friend. Like she just got invited because, you know, mutuals.
Right.
But like her loyalty does kind of lie with him.
Yeah.
Like I would want to know.
Oh, it's a girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Does she want to marry said dude? That sounds like a move of like my best friend's wedding.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like, that's why I was confused. I'm like, how did you get invited to this bachelorette party? Like, what type of friend are you?
Yeah.
It sounded like a token invite.
There might be some issues between them, right? It could be a keep your enemies close.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, oh, my fiance has a girlfriend. That's like really, and yeah, it could be a stir the pot. It definitely could.
It could.
And that is why I think she did the recording too. Because without the recording, it is just like she said versus she said.
Right.
So.
I don't know.
So where do you think the overall vote on this one went?
I don't think asshole.
Okay.
Like, to be honest, like, don't talk shit about kids that aren't yours. Like, don't, like, what? And don't joke about sending them to military school. So, like.
That's bad.
Yeah. If anything, they're the assholes. How it was handled was, like, really messy, but I don't think she's the asshole. And it sounds like she wants to marry this dude, so.
Might as well, might as well see if you can shoot your shot.
Yep.
So overall comment right now is giving not the asshole, okay?
Okay.
No verdict yet because it is so new. But with 21,000 upvotes, this comment says, I get why you would feel conflicted, but protecting the little boy matters more than some social boundary. If someone was trashing my kid like that, I'd want to know.
Beautiful.
I know.
Yeah, don't bring the kids into it.
No, and like his kid right now is kind of like an extension of him. Like if they're a package deal.
Yeah.
It'd be like finding out your fiance is just like talking shit about you. And you're like, does he even like me? Why are we getting married then? Like
also, but to be fair, it was her friends saying the little monster. Like her friends sound like they don't have children. Or they do and they're not having a good time. So
it's a good point too.
Yeah.
Well, we do get an update.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday, Friday afternoon, I got a text from my friend asking me to block his fiance's number. I was a bit thrown by the request and asked if everything was okay. He said he couldn't talk right now and asked me to please just block the number. So I blocked the number. I have this weird glitch with my Android Auto where if a blocked number calls me, it shows up in my recent calls as a missed call on my car's screen. Even though on my actual phone, it doesn't ring at all.
Okay, Android. See you.
I know, that's why we have iPhones.
Exactly.
I was driving later and saw a ton of missed calls from her.
Yep.
There were so many, it exceeded what my car would even show me. I kept the number blocked. Later, my friend's best friend, who was supposed to be the best man, called me and asked me if I had heard anything from our friend. I said yes and asked why. He sent me a screenshot from the fiance's Facebook talking about how people show their true colors and saying that she was newly single. I tried to call my friend, but he didn't answer.
Aw.
Tonight, I finally heard back from him. The long and short of it is that he asked her about how she feels about his son. She said he's adorable and sweet. My friend played her the recording, and she asked where he got it.
Okay.
He refused to tell her, saying it shouldn't matter. She immediately guessed it was me.
Yeah, well.
He refused to confirm it. She was angry that he wouldn't tell her I recorded her conversation and said she can't trust him anymore. So she called off the wedding. Not a great update, but since many of you...
She said she can't trust him anymore?
Uh-huh.
Okay, sorry, continue. I was like, wait, did I hear that right?
Not a great update, but since so many of you were invested, I thought you'd want to know.
We did want to know, and thank you for updating us. Because
she called... That's like She like tried to Uno reverse him.
I know. We call it gaslighting.
We do.
We can't I can't trust you because you won't tell me who recorded shitty things that I've said.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Darvo?
No, what is that?
Darvo is like this thing that you will sometimes see with like not very healthy relationships, like really toxic people. And it stands for deny, attack, reverse victim, and offender.
Ah.
And so it's like kind of that like deny, and then she's attacking him and then like
Mhm.
reversing it onto him. And it's like the whole reason we're having this conversation is because you were talking shit about my kid.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's a great update. Honestly, it's a win-win for everybody.
I know.
She gets to go on, without a kid that she doesn't like.
I know.
Dad gets to, maybe marry this best friend who recorded stuff. How do we think that they're going to end up getting married?
I'm curious. I'm curious. I always wonder that when like guys are really close with a girlfriend and they're both single. I'm always like, have you tried? Do you not try? Is it totally out of the equation?
Yeah.
And like I've got some guy friends that like it. Both of us would be like,
Ew.
no, ew. It's like a
Same.
brother. Like
Same,
no.
same.
So like I get that relationship too, but like I'm such a hopeless romantic that I'm like, is there a chance?
There might be. There might be. I
Could
don't
they?
know. I mean, the fact that this girl got so, I don't know. That was a messy situation. Moral of the story, don't talk shit about kids.
No.
Assholes.
Okay, I've got one more for you here.
Yes. Okay. That one was heavy.
It's
and
juicy.
Juicy. Yes.
This next one, coming from Am I the Asshole, 8 hours old. Am I the asshole for refusing to do something special on my wedding day for my sister because she refused to do something for me at her wedding? I'm a 30-year-old female. I'm getting married this Sunday, and my sister, Jessica, 28 female, got married 2 years ago. A couple of weeks before her wedding, my ex left me for another woman, and it was devastating because I thought he was going to propose soon. At my sister's wedding, I asked her if she could throw me the bouquet to wish me luck, but she refused and said she didn't want to damage it. I asked her to lend it to me for just a couple of pictures instead, and she refused that too. I said nothing more, and I didn't bring it up again until now. Okay, so my sister is pregnant and wants to announce it at my wedding. She asked, and I said absolutely not. When she asked why, I told her that 1, the wedding is for my fiance and I, and 2, she didn't do what I asked her to do at her wedding. So why would I do what she asks at mine? She's pissed and saying that I'm being ridiculous. Our mother says that I'm being childish. Am I the asshole?
I have 3 sisters.
Okay.
And so I'm thinking like I would want to help them in any way that I could. The refusing to take photos with the bouquet is weird to me unless it's like
Let me take a
imported
picture.
from like some or it's like it's not her bouquet, like it's like
Yeah.
designer flowers. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like
That to me was
that's
weird.
weird.
Yeah.
Like, that's petty and like that was an easy thing to do.
Here you go. Take a picture.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Or like toss it to your sister. You
Like
know?
she's having a shit time.
I would say it'd be petty if it was something little like that and then she didn't this time around was like, no, because you didn't do this for me.
Yeah.
But a pregnancy announcement is very big and like that does take attention off. So it's not the same as a bouquet thing.
No.
So I don't think it's petty. I think it's like,
I think it's fair.
yeah, I do too. And I
Yeah.
don't think she's an asshole.
No,
If
it's your
anything-
wedding. Like you get to decide what happens at your wedding.
Yeah.
So no, not the
I'm
asshole.
curious how she was thinking of announcing it at someone's wedding.
Standing up on a chair.
For starters, yeah.
You guys,
Or
hi.
maybe it'd be her to the bride and groom.
Oh my God,
speech.
in her
She'll be the best aunt ever because yeah.
Oh, that would be
That would
even
be
worse with
shitty.
the mic.
Yeah.
I've had someone in one of the other Reddit stories we've read, she announced her pregnancy at a funeral.
Oh.
People, they
Oh.
are missing a little tact.
Oh. Oh, I get the one dies and one is born.
I think she did think it was beautiful.
Right. That is the circle of life, and it is beautiful. Not everyone's ready to hear that in every moment, you know?
Mm-mm.
But I love the bravery.
Yeah, wouldn't be me. If someone, I'm going to tell you guys right now, someone announces their pregnancy at my wedding, they're going home. They can't wear white. I literally put on my wedding registry, no white. I'm like, I'm not taking any chances.
Girl.
I've read so many Reddit stories. I'm like,
I'm going to
say it now.
write a Reddit story because I was...
was it you?
14
Ingrid?
or 15.
Oh, well, you were young.
I know, but my mom, we were going to a neighbor's wedding, and she took us to Kohl's because we had Kohl's cash.
Kohl's cash. Let's go.
Obviously, to get outfits for this wedding. And I was having a really hard time finding a dress, and I found one that was white.
Oh,
and my mom didn't say anything. She was just like, oh, yeah, that's great. Her only concern was the modesty, because I grew up very conservative. She's like, does it go down to your knee? Didn't even talk about the color.
No.
So I showed up to this wedding where I knew everyone, everyone in my neighborhood,
why would your mom do that to you?
I don't know.
Mom.
But I didn't know until afterwards that you don't do that. She didn't do anything.
Was it your first wedding?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's as the kid, I mean, that's
the mother
insane.
of the groom who hated me because that's the house I snuck over to a lot in my neighborhood. And she already didn't like me. And she goes, oh, well, I can't remember what she said, but it didn't make sense to me at the time. But she was just like, oh, I guess everyone should have worn white then. And I was like,
that's terrible.
Yeah.
You're so little. Oh, I'm
it
sorry.
wasn't that little.
No.
14 and 15.
But your first
I had
wedding-
my period.
How do you know?
We were, womanhood. And I'm showing up to this other woman's wedding in a white dress.
That is wild. Where do you think the overall vote on this one went?
Oh, for this one
Yeah.
or for me?
Maybe
Asshole.
both.
Definitely asshole.
Asshole, Ingrid.
Yes. For this, not asshole.
Not the asshole. That is what the top comment says. Not the asshole, but she's going to announce it anyways.
Well, that's so true. If I know anything about sisters.
Make sure she doesn't get a mic.
Yeah.
Make sure she does not get a mic.
Exactly.
Okay, I've got some hot takes for you.
Okay.
If you think it's a good hot take, give me a yay. If it's bad, nay.
Okay.
Being friends with your exes is fine. And I even think it's a green flag when people are still friends with exes.
No.
It's okay to sleep with someone your friend slept with if it's been a while.
Yeah.
Men and women are never just friends.
Oh, no. Of course we are.
Society peaked when we were hunters and gatherers.
Who's saying that? People on the keto diet? My God. Yeah, we were thriving when we were just eating shit raw and dying. Yeah, no. I mean, maybe our bodies felt great, but I mean, they also died early.
You don't want to make fire by rubbing some sticks together?
Yeah, I joined Girl Scouts for that. I don't need that to determine if we're doing well as a species. I get why people say it. I feel like my dad thinks that sometimes, but I'm also what is better?
Curious what you think of this next one. People should have to retake their driver's test every 5 years.
Ooh. I don't know if you've driven around Nashville.
It's not great.
People don't know what they're doing. And it's really specifically here in Tennessee. I travel a lot. And when I drive, it's very different. Everyone talks about LA. At least LA, they're bold and daring, but they know what they're doing. People here
driving out
are
there too.
bold and daring, but don't know where they are and don't know where they're going. So I think for here specifically,
you're with it
in Nashville, I'm yes, every 5 years.
Okay.
Will it scare me because I'm worried that maybe
You
I
won't
will
pass?
Yeah, but I think for Nashville, yes,
Okay.
every 5 years.
2 more quick ones for you. More likely than not, the woman is always right.
I'm gonna say yes, so I don't get attacked by my own group of people. I will say that I don't feel like I'm right most of the time because I'm usually like,
That's imposter syndrome.
I think it's just self-awareness.
Okay. Oh, could be that too.
Yeah.
Last but not least, pineapple belongs on pizza.
I actually have never tried that.
What?
Yeah, I think because growing up, like it was such like a nerdy negative connotation. Or like my grandmother was like, you're a heathen if you do that. And so, but she also put like full sardines on her pizza. And I'm
Oh,
like,
hell
Grandma,
no.
I'm pretty sure you're Satan. Which she is. But just kidding. I hope you're dead. But yeah, the pineapple thing, I would like to try it. I
Okay,
just
give it a
don't
go.
like ham. And so it's usually paired with
Oh,
ham.
no. Barbecued
So-
chicken. I've seen that combo. Barbecued chicken and pineapple. I've been telling everybody today.
Okay.
It's good.
I will try it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not against it.
There you go. Thank you so much for coming on. Where can people find you? How can they listen to your music?
I guess everywhere. Spotify, iTunes, my Instagram when I ever decide to post to it.
What's the handle? How can they find you?
Just my name, Ingrid Andress.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Yay.
This was fun. I'm going to go on Reddit now. I have so many opinions.
You have like the best fit I've seen all day. I'm
Thank
so
you.
impressed. I'm so impressed.
I try hard.
I love it. William, I'm so excited to have you come on the pod. Tell us a little bit about your background for my listeners that might not, know or be familiar with you and
Right.
your music. Give us a little bit of a lowdown.
So I grew up in Del Rio, Texas. It's a little border town right on the Rio Grande. So I listened to a lot of mariachi music growing up, a lot of songs in Spanish, but also obviously a very big country music fan. So it was kind of a blend between country music and Latin music that
Okay.
was always on the radio when I was a kid. So it kind of comes through a little bit in my songs.
It definitely does. Your music is amazing. I have a note here. Reminder to ask about the giraffe. Where did you see the giraffe? Like the giraffe picture? You're like, there's no fence.
There's a ranch in Texas around Kerrville, the WIBTA Ranch, and they have all kinds of exotic animals. And I was given the task to feed a giraffe, so it was really, really cool. And
I need to go.
they're really sweet and gentle, but it's still really freaky to see something that big standing next to you. But it was a lot of fun.
That's crazy. I'm
Check
glad
that off the bucket list.
I know. I really want to do a safari someday. And I know a girl, though, there's like this wine safari in Malibu in
Oh, yeah?
California. And this girl was feeding this giraffe. He was like very famous. His name was Stanley.
Yeah.
And he headbutted her and broke her nose.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, seeing you, like, there's no fence. You were just out there feeding this giraffe.
It's scary. I'm telling you, it's
I
weird.
was like, what?
You know what's funny? I didn't know because they had to, before we went out there into like the pasture that they were in.
Yeah.
They had like all the trees in that particular pasture that they're in are all like they've pretty much gone through all the leaves that they can. So all the trees are, you can see where they've eaten from it.
Yeah.
So they have
just
to
like bear.
they have to like trim branches from other trees and bring it, and that's how you feed them.
That's so cool.
And at first I was just kind of letting the branch go and they'd eat the stick and all the stems and everything. And then I was told to hold on to it because they like stripping it with their tongue, like all the leaves and stuff. And it was actually really, really weird. So you're sitting there holding it and you can't, you want to let go, but you don't. And they just rip it clean off.
That's insane.
It's
I'm going to need to
weird.
see a video of this. Did you
Yeah.
take one?
No, I was too scared. I
No.
was shaking in my boots. It was really, but I'd do it again.
Okay.
I'll take you next time.
Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's get into these Reddit stories.
Okay.
This first one I have for you is coming from Am I the Asshole? 3 days old. It's titled, Am I the Asshole for Declining to be a groomsman in one of my best friend's weddings?
I mean, I want to say yes, but what are the circumstances?
I'll give you the details.
Okay.
But instant off the bat, you're like, gut is
And
yes.
I'm somewhere in the middle. I have to know what's going on.
Okay.
Because I could
You could be
see myself
swayed.
doing that if the circumstances were right.
William. Okay, let me tell you
I
what's
mean, if
going
you
on.
like, for instance, if my friend was getting married and you wanted to do a podcast with me, like a second one, I'd be like, I'm sorry, dude, I got to miss your wedding.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see what you think after this. One of my 26 male best friends is getting married. I've known this friend for 15 plus years. Growing up, me and 5 other guys were super close. We all grew up in the same neighborhood and played the same sport in high school. The friend in question asked the 6 of us to be groomsmen in his wedding. The 5 other guys said yes. I said no. I don't really have a concrete reason for saying no. I just don't really need the hassle, and I'm rather introverted. I'd rather use my PTO to go on vacation somewhere quiet rather than have to go to all the extra events associated with the wedding. To be clear, I obviously plan on attending the wedding and after party. Apparently, my declining to join the wedding party caused bigger issues than I could have imagined. The wife-to-be asked 6 bridesmaids and apparently is irritated that there won't be the same number of groomsmen. And my friend had taken it as a personal slight. I've gotten texts and calls from a few of my friends and the maid of honor asking to reconsider. And the friend whose wedding it is got so angry after I declined a second time that he said, quote, I shouldn't bother coming at all. I really don't think this is as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. But my friend and his fiance are acting like I objected to the marriage itself. Am I the asshole?
Yes, absolutely. I think that guy's an asshole. He's a prick. You know, it's their, I mean, if you go back with somebody 15 years, it's their wedding. Obviously, like that's the happiest day of their life. I mean, be a good sport. I get it that you don't want to have to deal with all the, you know.
The showmanship or whatever of it all.
I tell the guy, yeah, he's a prick.
You wouldn't do that to your friend.
No, I wouldn't.
15-year-long friendship too.
No, hell no.
Weddings are like such a big deal. And like, I didn't get in this boat until recently because our wedding's is in September. Justin and I behind the camera over there. And I realized like from a lot of people, they're like, honestly, it was like one of the best days of my life. And you don't realize that people really only show up for you, your wedding and your funeral. And you're dead for the second one.
Yeah.
So it's like, it is a big deal. I know.
You ever been to a Mexican wedding?
Not yet.
That's probably one of the best times you'll ever have in your whole life.
Tell me what's the vibe?
Like quinceañeras and Mexican weddings are like, yeah, they go to like 6 a.m.
See, that's our vibe.
Yeah.
That's our vibe.
Insane.
We're going to have a beer burro. We're going to have like a beer donkey.
Oh my God.
Yeah. A beer burro. A burro.
Burro, yeah.
Okay, well, you say it a lot nicer than I do.
A what? What did she
Bree
say?
back here also. She's just dying. She's like, that accent. What word was that? Like
burro, yeah. I can't believe y'all are going to have
I'll
a burro. That's gonna be
I'll
awesome.
start saying donkey because yeah, then people will
So
get
wait,
it.
what he's going to have like little saddlebags with beer on the side?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't realize that was a thing.
It's a new thing with weddings.
We should do that. We should do that at like meet and greets and stuff. It shows. That'd be awesome.
See? I just gave you an idea.
We'll bring a beer burro.
Burro. No. Where do you think the overall vote on this one went?
Oh, whether that guy's an
What do you
asshole?
think everyone came together
I think
and said?
everybody's agreeing with what I think, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Course.
You're right. Overall vote, you're the asshole. Top comment, obviously you're the asshole. Hey man, I know we've been super close since we were 8, but I just can't be bothered to be there for you on one of the most important occasions of your life. Yeah, no real reason. I just don't feel like it.
Yeah, no. That wouldn't fly. You know what's weird to me about the story though is that doesn't he mention like I still want to go to the wedding, I just don't want to be in the wedding?
Yeah.
So what if it's like something else came up that you're like, man, I can't go to the wedding or be in the wedding? I'd be like, all right.
Yeah.
I understand that, but
it's a weird thing. It's also like an honor to be asked.
And I'm gonna tell you honestly, out of anybody would probably be the most lenient and understanding would be me because I have to miss a bunch of weddings just because we're always on the road doing stuff. And
yeah. Is that hard for you?
Yeah.
You have FOMO?
Yeah, I get FOMO. It sucks when it's like a family man, like a cousin or something. Like, brother. You know, and that's the weird thing too, is because they all expect you to. They're like, oh, well, you know, I'm assuming you're going to be there. It'd be awesome if you got up on stage and sang a song. I'm like,
oh no,
hate to break it to you, dude. I ain't even going to be there at all. I want to be in Virginia or wherever the hell I'm going to be that day.
Oh, just
I know.
That's tough. It's like it's tough for them because like I'm sure are so proud of you.
They get it. It'd be way worse if I was like, hey man, yeah, I've actually got that day off. I just don't feel like it. That would make me a shitty cousin.
That would,
wouldn't it?
Then you'd have, there'd be no excuse. No excuse. Okay, I'm going to give you a choice on this next one, okay?
Okay.
Option number 1. I'm having an issue with my husband who keeps messing up our bathroom and keeps insisting it's not a big deal. How do I get him to understand it's gross? Little insight, it has to do with butt crumbs. Okay.
Okay.
Or, am I the asshole for having a test on the first date and ending things right after if not passed?
That one.
The dating one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this next one for you. Coming from AITAH, am I the asshole for having a test on the first date and ending things right after if it's not passed? I've noticed a pattern when I go on dates with men. I tend to ask a lot of questions because I'm genuinely curious about other people in their lives. I love learning about what makes someone who they are. And I've noticed that when I show this level of interest, men usually really like me. But the thing is, it's often one-sided. Many of them don't ask me a single question in return. Literally, not even basic stuff like what I do or what I'm interested in. One time, I went on a first date where I asked all the questions, tried to keep the conversation going, and the second he was done talking about himself, things would go silent. He made no effort to get to know me at all. If I hadn't told him my name, I honestly don't think he would have known it. After that, I ended it, and he was devastated. But in my head, that date showed he had zero interest in me. And in my opinion, I think that to truly understand someone, you need to be curious and intrigued about them. Maybe I just crave to be understood, or I need attention, but I think it's rude to not seem interested in me, LOL. This has happened multiple times, and now I've started seeing it as a bit of a test. If a guy doesn't ask anything about me, I don't want to move forward. So am I the asshole for this game and ending things early if a guy shows no interest in who I am?
I don't think that it makes her kind of weird. I don't think it makes her an asshole, though.
I think it's weird that like she
I get it, though.
is looking at it as a game.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, that's not a game. That's
Yeah,
actually just normal.
I would just chalk that up. Like, I don't know why you got to categorize that as a game. Why don't you just go on a date with somebody, and if it's weird and you're like, this is not working, then just don't call them back or go on a second one.
I'm with you. I think it's like her underlying message of like, if I go on a date with someone and they don't ask me one question about myself, I'm not going to go on a second date with them. That's like essentially what she's trying to get at. And like, hey, that's normal. That's actually.
Yeah, that's called dating.
That's dating.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. That went well or it didn't.
Yeah, literally. Do you have any like really bad dates that just like stick with you?
I've had a couple bad dates for sure. You know, it was weird though. It was a long time ago, a few years ago, I was went on a date with this girl, and something similar like that happened to me, but it was her sister that I'd never met. Like her sister, like almost made me like answer a questionnaire type of thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, it was very odd. It was very weird.
That is
and,
interesting.
I was like, went on the date with the girl, and I was like, yeah, I was just kind of weirded out by that. Very protective older sister that's asking me all kinds of like.
Just grilling you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I decided on a first date one time, I thought a hockey game would be a really good idea. But like within 15 minutes of like, he picked me up to go to the game, I was like, I don't want to be on this date anymore. But then you go to a hockey game and those are like 3 hours long.
Yes, and you can't really talk during the game because it's loud. And
oh no, we kept trying to talk.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, I just want to go home.
Yeah.
So drinks first, friends, dinner, snacks, appetizers, no long commitments like games. I'm
a big drinks guy. Like I like real nice cocktail places or like quiet places. For me to be able to talk, it's got to be quiet. Like I can't go to loud bars or club. Definitely can't go to clubs.
No,
not my vibe. You can't talk.
No, I'm so goofy. I've been wearing earplugs here.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's actually really good though. That's good.
It's
for
so
your ears.
loud, and then it's like to be in a place like this on a first date. It's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough. So the top comment on this one. This doesn't sound like a game. It sounds like normal human interpersonal interaction.
That's what I said. It just sounds like dating.
That person used a lot of big words. Not the asshole. Next comment. Seriously, the game of having a normal conversation like an actual human being. So I get why you were a little thrown. You're like,
yeah, I thought it was gonna be like that, like a questionnaire, like like check this, check that, yes or no, and then like if they failed the test, this person was going to get up and leave. That's what was in my head when you first.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy. That would make you an asshole.
That definitely would.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got some rapid fire hot takes for you.
Okay.
While weaponized incompetence is real, most men are just actually incompetent.
Nay.
Are you feeling attacked?
I feel a little attacked on that one.
This next one. Being friends with your exes is fine. And I even think it's a green flag when people are still friends with exes.
Shoot. It depends on your ex, you know? It depends on how crazy that person was. I don't know. Yay, nay, it could be either one. I mean, it's cool. If it's cordial and civil, I think that's awesome. You can be a grown-up about it.
I like that.
But, you know,
Curious.
no shady business too, you know? That'd be weird too. It's like if you're with somebody else, you're like, oh yeah, you know, like met up with my ex for like drinks. And you're like, that's a little sus. I don't know.
That is a little sus.
I don't know. That one's a confusing one.
Well, let's see what you think about this next one, because this person said, men and women are never just friends.
Nay.
You think they can be?
I think so.
Okay. Society peaked when we were hunters and gatherers.
Nay, no.
You're
It didn't peak.
I like music too much. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
no, what do you mean? Hunters and gatherers.
This one. I 100% support snooping on your partner's phone.
Nay. Nay.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I think that's fucked up. Am I allowed to cuss on this? I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, because that's breaking a trust thing, which you should already have in place, right?
If you're together.
If you're together.
And want to be together.
Shouldn't. It's one of those things to where like I feel like you should be able to have your phone in the open so that your other person's like, I could go through it if I wanted to. But the mere fact that he or she is that careless about it basically means there's nothing that person's hiding. So what's the point? Does that make any sense?
It does.
You know?
Yeah. I
like
think
the openness of it itself should cancel out the idea of having to snoop through it in the beginning.
Yeah, because it should make it feel like, oh, it's an option. Yeah. So like, there's probably nothing there. I should trust this person.
If somebody's being really protective of their phone, then there might be something. I don't know. I feel like you and I could be like counselors for people. We could be like relationship.
Hey, we'll get you on a full episode someday. You'll really see how it goes. This one. People should have to retake their driver's test every 5 years.
Nay. I don't think so. I don't think after 5 years. I think if you hit a certain
age, maybe
okay. Like the elderly or sometimes can be a liability. So making sure that they're all up to speed on
Still
things.
Safe.
Probably safe. Yeah.
Okay.
But every 5 years, I'd be annoyed with that.
5 is how often do you have to renew your license? Is that 5?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. What is that?
It's about 5. So
about 5? You
already are going to the DMV. What's a little parallel parking test?
You know what? I take it back. I think
Don't
that
let me convince you.
No, you did.
No.
Because actually, I'm a really good driver, so I would just at that point just be kind of down to parallel park and be like, watch this.
90-degree back.
Just whip it in there.
Honestly, it would be a good ploy because then it's like, if I do my test every 5 years, give me a discount on insurance.
That's actually a pretty good point. Oh my God.
I know.
I feel like we're solving all the world's problems right now. This is actually really entertaining.
This next one. More likely than not, the woman is always right.
More likely than not, the woman is always right. I mean, in my experiences, they've been right most of the time. I'd probably say yay.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay. Karma has to be taken into your own hands sometimes.
Isn't that called revenge? I don't think that's karma anymore. No, I disagree because that's totally something different. That is called getting payback. That is not karma. Karma is the idea that nature will take care of itself and that person will get what's deserving, at some point. So I would say no, karma can never be taken into your own hands.
I'm with you. Last but not least, pineapple belongs on pizza.
It doesn't belong on pizza.
Wow.
So I say nay on that. But I don't, it's like, it doesn't belong there, but it doesn't necessarily bother me if it's on there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
It wouldn't be your first choice of pizza.
Yeah. Like if you go back to, Italy and like whenever they were coming up, I don't think pineapple was one of the first things they decided to put on it. I think it took a long time for people to discover that.
Yeah, it's a more modern thing.
So to me, when you ask me, does it belong on pizza? I'm like, no.
Okay.
But I can get with it, you know? I
You
can get behind
dabble.
it.
People have been pretty split 50-50 today, I'd say.
I guess that must be a Hawaii thing if they call it Hawaiian pizza. Pineapple and ham.
Spam.
Spam? I've never had pizza with spam.
I've never had spam.
That would be interesting.
Have you tried spam?
I love spam.
I've never tried it yet. Haven't tried it yet.
I mean, I can do it like once or twice a year. I'm not saying I have spam all the time. It's like
It's your
bologna.
go-to.
It's like I can't do bologna unless it's like down the street at Robert's Western. Have you ever had the bologna sandwich? Oh my God.
I have a weird thing with like lunch meats.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Then you probably wouldn't like it.
No.
There's nothing better at like 2 a.m. being smashed at Robert's, getting you a bologna sandwich with a bag of chips and a PBR.
PBR too. Okay, maybe I'll give it a go.
For like $6.
A deal. A
Mhm.
bargain.
Yeah, I don't go down here. I don't go on Broadway a lot, but if I go to Broadway, it's
That's your spot.
one of like 2 places.
That is your spot.
Tootsie's, Robert's, Western World. Get you a PBR and a bologna sandwich.
I just want to go wherever you get the fit. I got to write that down. Otherwise I'll
H-Bar
forget.
C. H-Bar C, I'm telling you, the jacket.
I'm on
I
it.
got like 15 of them.
William, thank you so much for coming on. Where
Thank
can
you.
people find you? Where can they listen to your music?
Everywhere. I'm on, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Music, all the streaming platforms. Got a new record coming out the 20th of June. If I can drop that in there. Yeah, it's exciting. It's been about a year in the making, and I'm very proud of it. Very happy to finally have it out
That's awesome.
in a few
Congrats.
weeks. So yeah, June 20th, new album, Whiskey, Lies, and Alibis is the name of it.
Okay, cool. It should be out actually around the same time as this episode.
Oh, awesome.
So good
Then
timing.
it might be out now. I don't even know.
It might
go
be out
stream it.
now.
Yeah.
What's your Instagram handle so people can really
William
find you?
Beckmann, Beckmann, 2
Perfect.
N's. Beckmann.
Thank you so much. You crushed it. You did so good.
Oh, thank you.
I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We had some crazy stories, some wild takes, and I hope you maybe discovered your new favorite country artist. Thanks again to Warner Music Nashville for having me out. Maybe next year we'll run it back. And if you want more content, we've got 3 bonus episodes going up this month. It's going to be a good time over on Patreon. See you there. Bye, guys. Thank you.